as moral reasoning and moral intuition. Now, I guess they asked the difference or something like that. Moral intuition and moral reasoning. Now, yes, many of you must not be knowing, some must be knowing it. Okay, I'll write it again. So this was the question, CSE 2023. Now think about it, what you are going to write. It's not reasoning and intuition only, it's moral reasoning and moral intuition. Think for some seconds, 30-40 seconds. Okay, at least you know what is reasoning, what is intuition. What is reasoning? Huh? What is reasoning? Yes, logical decisions, logical facts base. What is intuition? Yes, gut feeling. Instant decisions. This is the meaning of reasoning and intuition. Gut feeling, which are instant. But what is moral then? So tell me, what is morality? That at least you must be knowing. Morality are what? Is what? Individual set of values or things you consider right or wrong according to your individual standards. That is morality and morals. So some person will think that eating non-veg is bad. That is its moral value. And unfortunately, in our country, patriarchy is considered as a moral value. Very unfortunate. Still, our country is struggling with gender equality and gender justice. That is morality. That is moral values. Further, this is morality, this is ethics. Some things which are moral may not be ethical. For example, what? Yes, gender discrimination, patriarchal society is moral but not ethical. Similarly, opposing same-sex marriages can consider as moral in some societies and countries, but is not ethical. And some things are ethical and moral as well. For example, Vasudev Kutumbakam, values like honesty, integrity, even respecting elders, which is moral and ethical, is moral in our country, and it's ethical also. This is the overlap. So similarly, think about this. Moral reasoning is largely used in fact-based, etc., logical where in policy making which considered as moral. Indian society, Indian government of India will make different set of policies as compared to the Western world because of morality is around social justice, around theory of justice. Their morality is utilitarianism. That's why we have Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, food grains for 80 crore people. That is moral reasoning, and it is moral reasoning. Decisions are made, has take some time. Policy framework will take some time. Not instant decisions you make. That is moral reasoning. More of rationality. Similarly, come to moral intuition, which are gut feeling, instant decisions, which you have to take. Decisions which are taken in a disaster-like situation, very instant. That is intuition. Now connect with morality. Some person will have different morals, other person will have different morals. For say, an accident happens, a person having good morals, good moral values, respects human values, consider human values at the topmost tier, then that person will go and help that victim. This is his or her moral intuition. Now, other person is a social media influencer. Will follow, most likely they follow pleasure seeking, utilitarianism, greatest good for greatest number of for people, for person. Large number of followers in social media. I will live stream it, the accident, rather than helping. That is his her moral intuition. Greatest good, pleasure for myself, pleasure for my followers. That is his her moral intuition. That is instant decision has been taken. That is instant decision of moral intuition. So this way you have to write. Whenever new words are manufactured, follow this. Trust your preparation. Trust your foundation, that triangle. Remember? Now, this you should analyze from current affairs as well, all these things. Now, this has been explained. Now, it's your part. Now, RCB incident happened. RCB Stampede, unfortunately. Yes, RCB. Now, this is the RCB Stampede. You must be knowing it happened. Can you analyze this from moral intuition and moral reasoning perspective? Hope you know the background of this. Think about it from moral intuition and moral reasoning perspective. Moral reasoning and moral intuition. Hope you know the background. Lot of things had come in the newspaper. Okay. See, yes, RCB won the IPL trophy. Now, the stadium, yes, celebrations were to be held after the winning of the trophy. So, winning of the IPL. So, two events were planned. One at Vidhan Soda, and one at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Celebration or water reception, etc. was organized. Vidhan Soda, the assembly of the Karnataka government, Karnataka, yes, and very good building, nice building. It is not visible. So and Vidhan Sauda and the stadium. The permission was asked by to the police commissioner of Bengaluru that we are organizing this. From internal communication, whatever we have come to know from the Hindu newspaper, that the commissioner was against. He said that you organize after 4-5 days. So commissioner, police commissioner, 4 to 5 days. Give some time to prep. Our personnel are also tired. That was his moral reasoning. Okay, but moral reasoning of RCB was as such that after 4, RCB, the franchisee, said that uh, the foreign players will leave in 4 to 5 days. They are leaving in 2 days, and Virat Kohli is also leaving. So, what is the point of having a celebration without the star players? So, by their own, they announced on their social media that we will be having a victory celebration or a victory parade without getting sanctions from the police commissioner. So, that was their moral reasoning, because it's a private entity and they follow what? Utilitarianism. Greatest good for greatest number of people. So maximizing profit, we want to maximize on the event and increase our brand value, increase our increase our perception among the people that we are a big brand. So let's catch on the event. That was their moral reasoning. Now, moral reasoning of politicians too. We will also pounce on this. So let us also have that event. So we will have event here. So RCB then announced on Twitter, I feel, they said that 32,000 tickets are available for the event in the stadium. If any of you want, you download that ticket from the website. Around 32,000 tickets were downloaded. They were giving complimentary. 32,000 was the capacity of the stadium. And how many people came to the Chinnaswamy Stadium? 2 lakh people turned up. 2 lakh, capacity 32,000. These were to be 2 separate events. Celebration at Vidhan Sauda and the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But they came to know the players are here, so people who gathered here started to move here towards Vidhan Sauda. In actuality, they should be separated, but they were not, because moral intuition was let them separate, let them celebrate. Why to interfere in people's movement? So they did not separate. People started to gather here, and most senior police officers were stationed at the Vidhan Sauda, because yes, VIPs are there. So that was their moral reasoning. They were stationed here, and not many senior police officer or those people who are very competent are not stationed here. People started to gather. Stampede happened. 11 people died. Now, when stampede was happening, one child fell, and people started to walk over the child. There was a police personnel station here, and he picked up the child and saved, because right moral intuition, right moral values. Other police officer would have been there. Wrong moral intuition, he would have run away. Intuition, flight or fight response. So this is what is moral intuition. Now, Stampede began to happen. Events were going on in the stadium. Events were going on. They came to know that Stampede is happening. So moral intuition was they cut short the event. Okay, let's end it here so that people will start to go. That was their right moral intuition. Now, after that, after all these things, here too, event was cut short and it came to an end. Right moral intuition. Now, to fix accountability, so moral intuition was that they removed the police commissioner to fix accountability. So, right or wrong moral intuition, you decide. So, this way, see what was the aspect of telling you all this, that this is how you analyze things from ethical perspective, especially contemporary issues. This will be helpful for you not only in the theory section but also in the case study, and this will bring to help you in that leverage which we discussed earlier. Okay, so please analyze this all. Now the DGCA happened, the Air India crash. Now you analyze that from ethical perspective, that case. The role of regulators, governance, ethical governance, moral intuition, reasoning, utilitarianism, deontology. Try to remove those angles. It may come, may not come in this year's CSE mains examination. Okay. Some PYQs we have discussed, some more PYQs we'll discuss. Okay, see there are two questions, CSE 2023 and CSE 2024. Okay, as said earlier, the theory questions were of CSE 2023 was more like the previous trend, and see the CSE 2024 question. See here, so short question. No problem in understanding